My name is Vanessa,
My name is Annika.
and today's topic, oh, wait, and welcome to the AV Club.
Right.
Yes, and today's topic for the AV Club is going to be adulting.
Woo! Being
Yay.
adults, responsible.
Yes,
Yucky.
if you didn't, oh gosh. If you didn't know, me and Annika are adults.
Unfortunate truth.
Oh, it's so sad. And as we've come to learn, adulting is very hard.
It is. I feel like I've learned so much this past week when I had my first week of school. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was crazy. But I
Oh,
guess we can talk about
no.
that later.
Yeah,
Or no.
definitely talk
Doesn't
about
matter.
that. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
but since we both are adults, when do you think you first realized you were an adult?
I think now, like literally, like this
Oh,
past week,
oh
everything,
no.
like all the crap, like hit the fan. I felt like an adult because I had to figure everything out with like
Got
scheduling,
it.
like my own health and everything. It was nuts. But I'm an
Oh.
adult, woohoo!
Hooray. It's funny, well, not funny, but it's kind of sad because like when you're younger, you want to be an adult, right? But then like when you
Exactly.
are an adult, you're like, I just want to be a kid and not do anything anymore.
Yeah, kids have it easy. They just don't realize
Ah,
it.
I took it for granted.
They really
Oh,
did
I miss it. I took it for
so much.
granted. Oh,
So much.
sad. um, I think when I first realized I was an adult, I feel like it was probably when I was out of college and I had to like figure out like living on my own and
Hmm.
paying bills and stuff and then like figuring all that out. I mean, I also had my older sister with me though, so it wasn't like too bad. But yeah, I think like just truly living on my own and not really relying on my parents or anything made me realize how much of an adult I am now.
Yeah, it makes a really big difference. Like all that
Mm,
jump is crazy too. Like you start in college and you're like living with
yeah.
people, still
Hmm.
like houses and stuff. All of a sudden you're on your own. Oh my God, what do I do? Do I
Yeah.
find a job to get insurance? Depending on if your
Oh,
job
yes.
provides the insurance, then you have your own car. Do you have car insurance? And then you got to find a
Yes.
place. What about utilities, rent,
Hmm.
budgeting? Like, oh my God, it's
Like
crazy.
food, living, yes. All those things that you don't realize were provided for you, like by your parents or like by a guardian or someone. And then when you have to figure it out yourself, you're like, oh God, how do I do this?
I know, it's ridiculous.
What do I do? How do I be an adult?
Hmm. I guess it's something
um,
that your parents prepare you for,
that's
they raised
true.
you this whole time for you to be
Hmm.
an independent adult, successful adult. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'm not ready for that.
No.
No.
Adults. um, I guess, your parents raised you and everything. Did they ever pressure you into going into a certain career field, or did you get to go into one that you wanted to go into?
I think I've been fortunate enough that my parents did not pressure anything on me.
Mm, yes.
There was nothing about doctors, nothing about lawyers, nothing about like business.
Yeah.
My mom would take me to a bunch of extracurriculars like after school and elementary school, and it was
Mm.
mainly art.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
like, baton,
Yeah.
piano, Chinese instruments,
Mm.
sports, even like sports camps.
Yeah.
And then none of it was like academia or anything. And see people going and tutoring and stuff. And I'm like, are people supposed to be going to tutoring? Like after school programs, like
Hmm.
education? What?
Yeah.
So I don't think they wanted me to like be super smart or anything. I think they just wanted me to figure out what I liked. And I think that was really
Yeah.
important.
That's
And
good.
then having a career, I wasn't focused on like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Instead, I wanted to do what I enjoyed, which now I am on my
Yeah.
way to being a teacher.
Yay.
Mhm.
Yes. I think I'm the same. Like, I don't think my parents ever were like, you have to be a doctor, you have to be, a lawyer, like you mentioned. But like also like that makes it a little bit harder, I guess, because then you have to figure out like what you want to do on your own, right? Which is also good too, because then you get to explore like a bunch of different things. And my parents also put me in like extracurricular activities too, like I did piano as well. They put me and my sisters in like into swimming. So we were like doing swimming for a lot of years until like basically until we graduated high school. I mean, I never became like an Olympic swimmer because I got really lazy, but what could have been maybe. um, but yes, I think like for me though, because in my family, like I'm one of the younger siblings in my family, like just seeing that, my other two older sisters, pursue their own career fields, like pressured me into trying to figure out what I want to do, right? Or felt like I had to figure it out a lot sooner than later. And then so I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, how do I figure my life out? And then like when I was growing up, I didn't really know like what I wanted to do. So I just kind of tried to see like what my sisters were doing, try to like get examples from them. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But I don't know. I think I'm happy where I am now. I'm glad I was able to figure out, that I wanted to do design on my own and like
Yes.
figuring that out because it's like really satisfactory or satisfying, sorry, satisfying,
Very
satisfactory.
satisfactory.
Yes, very satisfactory when you can figure out your own life and you finally get that like, aha, this is what I want to do.
That's
Um,
really amazing. Oh God, I love that feeling.
yeah, it's such a nice feeling to like know what you want to do, even if you're not really there yet, but just like, you have a goal, an overall goal that you want to achieve. And I think that's very special. And I hope everyone can experience that feeling at least once.
Yeah, it's like finding your purpose in life, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also remember my parents took me swimming too. I did like the YMCA.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I started thinking about the time I almost drowned when I was swimming.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like 5, I think. And then it was like a substitute teacher. And
Oh.
we were jumping in the pool and swimming to the ledge as like an exercise.
Mhm.
And the sub wasn't looking when I jumped in and I was drowning. And my
No.
mom was watching from
Oh
like the
my
glass.
God.
She was like, "Oh my God, my daughter is drowning. Like, please do something
Save
about
her.
it." And
Oh
luckily,
my
like I'm still
God.
here. And I'm really
Yeah.
surprised I'm not traumatized from that. I still
Okay.
love
That's good.
swimming. And then I
Oh,
think
that's
about
good.
the Olympics too. Like I could be there,
Yeah, right.
but what am
Oh
I
my God.
doing with my life? I could be
I
there.
know.
My dad
Same.
was
I
always
think,
like, "You're really athletic. You can go into running." And I'm like,
yeah.
"No."
I think I don't know, when I was going through like swimming, I think partially the reason why I was just so lazy with it was just because like it was one of the things I was like forced into or like, you didn't really have a choice and then you feel like, oh, why am I doing this, mom? Like I don't want to go. But that was me a lot of the time. But I still did it, but I was never like super like into it, I guess. Like it was just kind of like a thing I had to do, like another thing I had to do, right? And same with like piano and like all the other extracurricular things that I was into. I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this because I'm forced to do this. But then like now that I'm like an adult and thinking back on it, I was like, oh, what if I, was more into the thing that they put me in? I could have been like in the Olympics or like been a what's it called, like a prodigy piano player.
I know. Personally, I think I'm one of those children that just did what their parents said. So I wasn't like those ones that are
Mm-hmm.
like, "Why didn't do this? Why didn't do that?" That's my sister's job.
Yeah.
But my job was to be good and then do
Yeah, like
what my
set the
parents told
example.
me to do.
Oh
But then I
yeah.
never like went to like professional level.
Yeah.
So part of me still thinks like, damn, maybe I should have practiced more.
Yeah. But that's okay. At least like as an adult now though, you can kind of explore your own interests more.
Hmm.
Like even though you don't have like, your parents or maybe a consistent schedule, you can still have the opportunity to like explore music or explore swimming again, like
Yeah, but I
things
think
like
like
that.
our parents taking us out to explore those things helped us with that now.
Yeah.
Like if
I
we
definitely think
weren't,
so.
yeah, if we weren't like so open-minded as a kid, we'd probably be stuck in like one thing now and like would stay there and not want to
That's
branch
true.
out, which is really important. Like open-mindedness is so important in the adult world.
That is true. That is
Hmm.
true. So yeah, I'm very glad that my parents like put me in these activities. And I'm glad, yeah, also like the same, like my parents never really pressured me to like do well in school, but it was like the expectation, right? Like you want to do well for your parents and to succeed. It's
Yeah.
also like what they teach you in school, right? Like, oh, if
Hmm.
you get good grades, then you be a good student and stuff like that. But yes, I did a lot of after school programs though. Like for Asians, it's like Kumon. I did Kumon.
Oh, I did not do that. I did
Oh, I
not think it
hated
was
it.
necessary.
It
I
was
guess my parents never took me.
That's good. I mean, that was like another thing like my parents like forced me into and like I was like, oh, I don't want to go because it's like extra homework, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be here. I hate it here.
I
Get me
want,
out.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
That was me. And I think like also you're mentioning like, oh, I was like the older sister, like it's my younger sister's job to like complain, right? And I was like, I was
Mhm.
definitely the younger sibling that was like complaining a lot.
Yeah.
And then like my older sister, like my oldest sister that I live with, like she was like the prime example, right? She like kind of just did what what my parents signed her up for. Like she didn't really complain that much. And then she ended up being like pretty good at the things that she was signed up for. And I was like, oh, like I'm so jealous of you. But then I always complain about being not wanting to go either.
But you know that like you wanting to I don't know, like counter like your
Yeah.
parents like wishes is that it helps them
Mhm.
learn too. Like not every
That's true. Yeah.
child is gonna do what you say. And then
That's
you're gonna
true.
yeah, you know? So
Yeah.
and some
Hmm.
adults are children these days. So they
Oh,
act like
for
children.
real.
I know.
Oh my God. They really do. Never work in customer service.
Absolutely
Or
one
at
of the
least,
worst jobs.
oh, it's so hard. Especially like if you have a place that like has kids
Oh,
in
yeah,
it.
I'm doomed.
Oh, for real.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, like it's just hard. I mean, like I think everyone should have like a customer service job at least once so they can like experience it and like
Yes.
experience the type of people that come through
Yes.
like with their like ridiculous complaints.
Yes. And then they realize, oh, I need to be a better person.
Yeah, or they don't realize at all and you're like, ah, people are just awful.
I know.
Ah,
Some people just do suck.
yeah. I guess it also helps you realize, there's other people out there that react like this and that helps you become a better person too. So
Yes, learning
like,
lesson to
so like,
not be
I don't
like
want to end
that.
up like that. Yes, I don't want to end up like that. So let's not do that and like learn how to damage control.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess like stepping away from like pressures and like things like that. Like, how do you feel about seeing your friends get married and like have kids?
It's so scary.
It's
I
so
feel
weird
like I
too.
just became an adult and now I have to get
Mhm.
married?
What is
Excuse me?
this?
Like, I like my relationship, but like, oh my God,
I
it's
know
so early. Like,
it is
maybe
really
it's earlier
early.
for us since
That's true, yeah.
we just came
But
out of college. But yeah,
I have some friends that are like getting married, having
I know.
kids
I
already,
saw
and it's
that.
like, like, am I supposed to be doing that too? But that's like, I definitely am not ready to do that.
No, I've been seeing
So,
like these posts where it's like, oh, I will have kids when I am ready to have kids, not by
mhm.
like 25. Or
Yeah,
I will, like do other things like when you're ready for it.
yeah,
Not to have
exactly.
like an age limit on where you're supposed to like do things. Like I
Hmm.
definitely remember like writing a timeline in elementary school of like my future life or whatnot. And I totally wrote like getting married at like 25. And I'm 23 right now. And I'm like, oh hell no. I'm gonna
Maybe not
finish
like,
my master's degree at 24. I'm not getting married a year after.
oh my God. I know, like, I think like when you're a kid, like time just seems like irrelevant, right? You think that 25 is such a long time from, let's say, like you're 6 or 7,
Oh yeah.
right? 25 seems so long away or so far away. And then once
Hmm.
you like get to your 20s, you're like, oh my God, I'm already this age. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's such a weird feeling to have. And like also just seeing like your peers or like acquaintances, even
Hmm.
like your close friends, like get married, have kids. Like it's such a weird feeling because it's like I knew these people in high school, like when they were struggling
I know, and now they're
in like the
pregnant
same
and they
class
have
as me.
babies.
Yeah.
Like
It's so weird.
babies?
It's
Babies?
so strange.
I know, I
Like they
can't.
birthed a child
I know, like,
and now they're taking care of a child when they were only a child like a couple years ago.
I know. Oh, like,
Oh, it's
props
so
to you,
weird.
man. It's a hard
Oh
job.
yeah, no. Especially to like to feel so secure, like at least feel ready to
Exactly.
have a kid, like let another person into your life, either by marriage or like birthing them. Like
Birthing them.
yes. Because I feel like just kids are so expensive. Like
Oh my God. Yeah.
marriage, like weddings, so expensive. If you want like a really nice one, oh
Hmm.
my God. Like I know my sister, one of her close friends is getting married next year. And then I guess she went to like a dress fitting
Ooh,
today, earlier today, and she was like sending my sister like dresses that she was picking out. And I was like, whoa, marriage.
marriage.
Like, yeah. And I was like, I know my sister, like I had asked her, like, oh, you like are you gonna get married anytime soon? Like, do you feel ready to get married? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay.
How old is she? I'm just wondering.
She is 27, I
Okay,
think.
27. I feel like that's still early. But some people are
Yeah,
like, oh my
right?
God, you need to get married
Yeah.
now. And I'm like, no, you
Mm-hmm.
don't.
I think she's 27. She's born in 94. So someone do the math on that.
Should be about
I
27
always
because we're
forget.
going to turn 24 this year. So,
Yeah, well, I'm already 24.
oh,
You're turning
true.
24 in a couple months. So
Yeah, that's true. I forget.
hooray,
I'm a baby.
age. Yes. But yeah, but people like even just younger than me or like having or younger than us or having kids and like getting married. And it's like, oh,
It
very stressful.
freaks
But also
me
like I know I'm not
out.
ready.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely, I don't even have my schooling done. I don't have a stable
Mm-hmm.
job right now because I'm in
Same.
school. Like after maybe
Mm-hmm.
like a year or two or even three, like into a
Yeah.
stable job, then I will start thinking about it. Not saying I'm ready, I'll
Yes.
think about it.
Yeah.
But props to them for
True.
like knowing that what they want so early, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And having like another person hopefully to support them in that decision too. Like, like getting married, you're like bonded to this person for hopefully a lifetime.
Yeah.
Kids also you're hopefully bonded for a lifetime too.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I think like having that support definitely also helps too. And like making a decision for yourself or even like even if you don't stay together, at least like you come to that decision by yourself. Um yeah, super weird. Marriage,
Cannot
kids.
process.
Whoa.
It
I
freaks me
know.
out still. Like it shouldn't, but like,
Yeah.
dang, it's early.
Oh, for real. Do you think you would want to have kids in the future?
I 100% want to have kids in the future. Like I
Okay.
know that I'm going to be a great mother. Confidence,
Oh,
love that.
yes,
I mean, I might
yes.
have some issues, but
Oh, but it's okay.
yeah, I think I love the way that my mom raised me.
Mm,
So I want to like, replicate that in some way.
yeah.
And then
Yes.
also having kids is like having a little you. And then you get to
Yeah.
take what you learned in life and then pass it on to them. Make sure they have a
Yes.
good life too. And I think that's really meaningful. So for me,
I
yes, I
do think
want
so
kids.
too.
Do you?
Yes. I do. Not now, but
Oh, no, definitely not me too.
definitely not now. But I have thought about like starting a family and like things like that. I've also I don't know if you've done this, but like think about like baby names too. Like
I've definitely thought of baby names.
yeah, right. But it's like I'm not gonna have a child anytime soon, but I just like have like a mental bank of like names that I like
Yes, I
and
know
will
exactly what
probably
you mean.
hopefully keep like when I'm ready to have a kid.
My mom
um
was like, I really like this name for your child. I was like, Mom, relax.
yes. What's a name that you have kept like in your mind if you want to share?
My mom really likes the name Kai
That's a
because
cute name.
Kai from EXO.
I know I was gonna say.
I hate her. I hate my mother. Not really, but she was
Is
like,
that the
that's
reason she likes Kai or
no, she likes Kai first. That's why she wants to name my
oh and then it
child
just
Kai.
happened to be a member of EXO too?
No, she likes
I mean
EXO's Kai. Like she
oh
likes that
oh
that guy. Yeah, because I
oh
took
okay
her
okay
to like
oh
two EXO concerts because she wanted to see what I was into. She's like, "Oh, can I come?" And I'm like,
oh
"Sure." She's like, "Oh my god, who's
yeah
that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's
yeah.
Kai." And then she was like, "Can you name your
She's
child
like, you're
that?"
naming your child that.
And I'm like, oh, "Okay, sure, I guess." I like
That's
the
so
name though.
funny.
It's like really
It
unique and
is,
it's not
yeah.
like super common. You know?
Yeah, it's also I feel like it could be like an ambiguous gendered name too.
Yes, I agree. It would go both
Mhm.
ways.
Yeah. And it's short, simple. Hopefully no one gets
Mhm.
it wrong. Because
Kate.
I know, yeah. I know some people can really like mess up names.
Oh yeah.
Like
Don't get me
I know you
started.
know. um, I think one of the names I had told my coworker that I really like is Ellery. Like rhymes,
Ellery. Oh, like
yeah.
celery?
Yeah, like celery. Yeah. She was really like, I told my mom or like I told my husband like about this name and he's like, it sounds like celery. And I was like, yeah, it does. But it's also like a really pretty name.
It is pretty. I really like
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Like my friend's sister's name is Ellery. And I was like, oh, that's such a good name. I have to remember that. Like, even though it rhymes with celery, like I know, like if I name my child that, she's gonna or they're gonna get made fun of. But
Oh,
like,
100%. But I
but
think
like it's such a pretty name.
mutual respect for those people like that have unique names. Like I started grad
Yeah,
school and people genuinely want to know how to pronounce my name correctly
that's
and like
good.
the meaning behind it. Yeah. So I think
Mm,
as we start to educate this new generation of kids, they're gonna learn, hey, don't make fun of their name. I also think Ellery
yes,
is really cute.
yes,
I love
preach.
that. I
Yes,
know.
I know. Yes. And then I guess like for male names, I really like the name Myron for some reason, like Myron.
Ooh, I
I think
like
because
that.
I had I didn't known this guy, but I like knew of him in high school, and his name
Mm-hmm.
was Myron. I was like, oh, what a unique name! Like I've never heard that before. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like a also a pretty nice name too. And I was like, huh, I will also remember that name too.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see in the future what happens.
Yeah, I taught at preschool, right? And then one of the girls' names was Johnny. And
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
cool.
oh, like using a guy like
Like
typical
a
guy's name for a
mm-hmm.
girl. I think it's really pretty. And
Oh,
it's
that's
spelled
good.
differently
Yeah.
too, like
Is it
Joh
O
like
N? Oh.
Nnie. And I was like,
Oh,
ooh,
okay.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
So
It's funny how like the way you spell a name kind of like changes, it can change
the
like the
vibe.
gender. Oh yeah, they change the
The
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. Like how you were like, oh, it's usually typically spelled like Johnnny, but
Hmm.
like to make it like girly, you
Yeah.
got like IE instead.
Yeah. There's so many good names out there. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
People come up with like the most amazing, but also sometimes they come up with like ridiculous names.
Elon
To
Musk's
our
baby.
Elon Musk. How do you pronounce that?
Elongated muskrat.
Ew. Ew. And like their child's name is like something really
Like
strange.
literally, what is that?
Yeah, like
How
it's
do
like
you
a
want me to call
formula
him? And
equation.
yes.
Because of course they would, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
People,
yes,
man.
names, kids, hooray.
Oh God, I don't know why we're still talking about this.
I know. Okay, let's move on to the next
Freaky.
question. What is the next question? With becoming an adult comes taxes, money, responsibility,
Budgets. What?
budgets. Oh my gosh. What's something you don't really understand still or find hard about being an adult?
I
Doesn't have to be
really
about those things, but like, yeah.
I really think it's about like the finances and like
Mm,
budgets, mortgages,
yes.
stocks.
Oh,
My
good.
mom told me, "Hey, you have stocks, right?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"Excuse me, I do."
yeah. And
She didn't
what?
even tell me about them, and I have stocks.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
well,
it's crazy. Hmm?
what are you investing in? Do you know?
I just got all my account information recently because I had no idea any of this was happening.
Oh,
I don't remember, but there's a list
oh,
somewhere. I only like
all
glanced at it
right.
really quickly.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
good, I guess.
yeah, I guess so. But there's like just
Yeah.
so much stuff to do with like how to manage your money when you buy like a house, when you rent an
Oh,
apartment,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
when you need insurance. Like, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff, and I still don't know how to figure any of it out.
Same.
Hmm.
Hooray. Yeah, I think also just like learning how to save money and like what you want to spend your money on is very important too. And like learning when you're an adult, because it's like not all
Hmm.
of us can be like billion millionaires right away, right?
Unfortunately,
Or
not.
like,
It doesn't work like that.
yeah. So we can't just like buy whatever we want, unfortunately. I
Yeah,
think like learning how to like save that. But I think like for me personally, it's not, I feel like I don't require a lot
yeah, very low
to like
maintenance.
live. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
feel
I know
that.
some people are like very materialistic and like need to have
Yes.
the latest brand of shoe
Oh, I
or
can't. I don't need that. No,
whatever.
thank you though.
Yeah. It's like I'm okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I think like something else is also hard, just taking care of yourself too, like mentally, physically,
Yes,
things like that, and like learning how to do that. Cause
that is
like,
so difficult.
because once you're like out of your parents' like grasp, you have to
Hmm.
like figure out like, okay, what am I gonna eat for dinner or lunch or breakfast or how am I don't know, what time am I gonna go to sleep? Like,
What's healthy for me? Because your
yeah,
parents usually
exactly.
make food for you. They pack your lunches. They pack,
Hmm.
give you snacks. And now you have to do all this yourself, and you're like, oh my
Yeah,
God, what do I do?
yeah.
And self care is so important too because adults usually they just work
Hmm.
and they go to bed. And then they don't do
Yes,
anything like for themselves. And then people
yes,
really forget that. And there's some people are just so invested in the money aspect of life that they forget to take care of themselves. Like if you're gonna be sick
yes.
and you can't do anything, what are you gonna do with those money? You
Hmm.
know?
That's
Like,
true. Yeah. I know like there's people who like put their whole self into their work.
mm-hmm.
And then like you said, they forget to take care of themselves and like it's like really worrying because they're working so hard. But they're like staying up late to just finish this one project like for their work. And it's like, oh, like remember to like take breaks and things like that. It's definitely hard because like you want to also please other people
Of
too.
course.
But then yeah, you have to like remember to take a step back and be like, okay, but am I pleasing myself?
Yes. And
Am
it's just
I? taking
So
care of
important.
myself
That
too.
is so,
Yeah.
I can't like emphasize like how important that is. People
Yes.
need to do that, whether it be exercising,
Yeah.
like taking a 30-minute walk every day. That's
Or just
something,
like stretching. Yeah.
Reading
Or
a
like taking
book,
like a minute.
reading your favorite
Like even if it's
magazine.
just like a small thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like standing up for 1 minute and just being like, okay, I got this.
Yes.
Like it doesn't
Affirmations.
have to be
Love that.
something. Yes, yes. It doesn't have to be something like super extensive, but like
No,
if it is
definitely not.
extensive, that's okay.
Whatever works for you.
Yes. I also think that like meeting up with people and like making plans with like your friends is so hard.
It
Like after
really
college, after
is.
like you get through school, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
after like you get out of high school, it's a little bit easier because like you meet people or you can meet people in college and like they're always around you. You're always
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by people, right? But then like after college, like the state that we're in now, it's just so hard because everyone's like everywhere. Like no one's like super close, or it's like not a lot of people are like super close to where you are locationally. And it's like trying to like meet up in one spot and trying to find a time that everyone's free. It's so hard.
Everyone has their own schedules,
Mm-hmm.
like work meetings, go to the
Yeah.
grocery store, working out, like doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And then you live far away. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
hard. But I
I
guess
know.
it's really nice that people are still trying to connect and
Yeah.
they can,
Mm-hmm.
especially online,
Yes.
that's the only way they can connect. And I feel like I've
Yes.
made a lot of like new friends and got to reconnect with like a lot old friends that I haven't talked to in a very long time
Oh, me too.
that way
Yes.
online. I think it's really nice. And then
Mm-hmm.
going to grad school, I think it really branched me out to like new people and it's really refreshing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think if you have the chances, like go take a class and then just meet the people that are there taking that class with
There.
you. Yeah,
But yes, very hard
there.
to like make plans.
It
Like I know
is
like for our group of friends, like we had to plan in like weeks in advance. Like
at
and
least
settle
a
on a
month,
day. Yeah.
literally at least a month. I think that
Yes. I
helps
know.
though. So it's like
It does.
confirmed that
Yeah.
you'll make
Yeah.
it and then you look
Put it on
forward
the
to it.
calendar.
Mhm.
Yes.
I need a Google Calendar right now. Like I have to, otherwise I forget I have things to do and then I overbook myself.
Oh yeah. I know like at least in our group of like college friends, we're trying to plan a trip to Seattle.
Mhm.
I think it is like a year from now.
Yeah,
So that's
literally a
how
year
far
from
in
now.
advance that we're planning this, like on and
Right.
off. But
You
yes.
have to, we're so busy.
Yeah. Especially because like you said, like people have work or like have different things they have to do. Like you have to like figure out how to work around that if you want to take like a whole week or like a few days off, right?
Yeah. Well, to turn that around from the negative things of adulting to positive things of adulting. So, what is the good things or what do you like now that you're an adult?
Yes. I like that I have a sense of style now. Like,
Yes, Doraemon
yes.
shorts.
Yes. My evolution.
Really, though.
um, but I think like when I look back onto like my old photos, I'm like, wow, like I'm glad. Oh, at least I think so. Like personally, like I think I had a glow up from like middle school, high school, whatever to
I agree.
adulthood. Like I think
Same.
I didn't really figure out like what was best for me until like college.
Your
Which is
outfits in
okay.
college were so cute. Like it was like
Oh, thank
super
you.
quirky, like bubbly. It's like really reflective
Thank you.
like who
Thank
you were.
you.
I really like it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But yes, I think like now though, like because I'm so lazy, like I just wear like pajamas to like what's it called? Like sports shorts
Me, right?
around the
I literally am
house.
wearing sports shorts right now with the same
Yeah, I'm
top.
wearing yeah. Like I just have a t-shirt and like sports shorts. But like
Yeah.
but yes, glow ups are a thing
Yeah.
when you're an
I've
adult.
I've literally had the same hairstyle, like the side bangs, since I was in high school. So I started high school. So I've had that all the
Mm.
way till I graduated from college. And then I
Hmm.
told myself, I'm gonna get some bangs. So I
Yes, we
did.
love bangs.
Yeah, and then I decided to buy a lot of clothes from Uniqlo. It's very nice.
Oh,
Because in middle
yes.
school and high school, I'd wear like Hollister,
Hmm.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yes, Forever 21.
The brands, you had the brand name
Yes.
on there, so you were
Oh,
cool.
yes.
But now I wear like low key things.
Yes.
And then now I have to buy a bunch of teacher clothes
Oh,
for my
yeah.
wardrobe. Yeah, I bought like
Yes.
2 pairs of pants yesterday. That's super
Oh, that's
cute.
good. Yeah, I saw
And
your
then,
outfit when
oh,
you
thank you.
posted. Very
And I have,
nice. Very nice.
thank you. I have a bunch of flower shirts. I don't know why I'm into
Ooh.
flower shirts. And then I don't like wearing tight clothes because I have a stomach. Like a
Oh,
very mini stomach that I don't like. So I try to wear clothes that aren't too tight. So more flowy.
yeah. Yes, yes. I'm the same way though.
Hmm.
I think because also like just tight clothes don't feel comfortable because it's just like skin, right?
Hmm. But the one thing I love that's tight are leggings.
Oh,
I
leggings.
love
Yes,
leggings. I will wear leggings
yes.
every single day if I could, but I can't.
Leggings. It's funny because
So
like
good.
yesterday I was talking to my family about like, fashion, things
Hmm.
like that. And we were
Oh, cute.
like talking about like the styles that are like coming in, coming out. And like
Hmm.
leggings aren't that popular anymore, or like at least like in everyday fashion. Like I think now
Hmm.
the trend is to like wear baggy clothes and like things like that, which I'm also
Kind of.
into. Yeah, like
Yeah.
oversized, right? Like
I
the
love
oversized look.
oversized sweaters and like
Yes.
shirts, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
wear oversized pants. Usually I like to wear
Mm.
like a big shirt and then like leggings.
I got
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah.
Is it weird? Oh, well, I don't
No, that's
care.
not weird.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I think like for me, like I've always been into like more flowy things like
Mhm.
you. Like I'll wear like flowy pants and
Mm.
like
Yes, I remember that.
shirts. I'm
Mm.
like a t-shirts and flowy pants kind of gal.
Yeah,
But yeah, I do love leggings. Leggings are nice and like
it's so
jeans.
comfortable.
Usually I don't wear like mom jeans. I don't really like skinny jeans.
Oh,
Like
I'm
I'm not a
really used to
skinny jeans
skinny jeans.
person.
Oh,
Mm. I think
yeah.
because my legs are I feel like my legs are just very thin. So like I don't
Oh,
want to like
yeah.
emphasize how thin they are by
What's
wearing
wrong with
these.
thin legs?
I don't know. I
People
just
are
like
so
personally like
jealous of
me.
thin legs.
Oh, I don't know. It's just like for me, like I don't know. Also, because like when I wear like skinny jeans, like it's like, the same thing if I wear like a tight shirt. Like I just feel like they're just like so close to my body.
Restricting. Hmm.
Yeah. So I wear like a lot of mom jeans or like straight jeans, glow
I've never
ups.
been comfortable with like mom jeans.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know why. I prefer it to be tighter. Maybe it's just like,
Okay.
I don't know. Well, we're different, right? It's weird, but
Yes. And
I kind of do
that's
want to do
okay.
explore like baggier jeans, just so it's
Mm.
not my legs are literally like can't breathe. But maybe one day do that.
Another thing I like about being adult is just like having freedom
Mhm.
to like even though we said like oh spending money saving money is hard like
Yeah,
having freedom to like buy what you want and like
yeah.
buy snacks for yourself or like little things
Buy
like
yourself a boba.
yeah exactly and I know in college it was like a little bit harder because it's like sometimes it's not like your own money sometimes like your parents are still providing
Yeah.
like funds for you but like if you have like a job or something like you can still like go out with your friends and like eat food together and it's like having the freedom to like do that like not having to ask your parents like oh I like can I go to like this person's house
I still do. I don't say like can I? I just say, oh, I'm gonna go to their house, and mom's
yeah
like, oh,
yeah
okay.
yeah it's funny how like that conversation changes like when you're an adult like when I'm at home I'm always like oh I'm gonna go hang out with this person but it's not like can I hang out with this person or like is it okay that I'm hanging out with this person
Mhm.
right so it's like it's just from can I to I am going to
Yeah. I was so afraid of asking my mom if I can go somewhere for like the longest time.
oh me
Like
too
even sometimes in college, I'm like, Mom, can I go hang out with some friends? And my mom's
oh
like, who are you hanging with? And then I
yeah
tell her, she's like, oh, okay. But
yeah
then a long time ago, she'd sometimes say no, and I'm like, why?
yeah like oh
So I
just
got
like
afraid,
they're
but
allowed to go yeah
I think we had like a talk about it. She was like, yeah, you're an adult
okay
now. You know who to hang out with. I'm like,
yeah
yeah, I do.
yeah it's good that like she worried at least worried about your safety right she was just like
Yeah.
oh whatever
It's really important. I learned like a lot
hmm
of our old classmates, like their parents just let them go wherever they want and like whatever time. And I'm like, dude,
yeah
that is so unsafe.
I know like when I was able to go out with my friends in like high school, I'd always be like very like self-aware of like what time it was. Cause
Yes,
like I'd
I
always feel
agree.
really bad about staying out too late. But then my friends like would always want to stay out past whatever time. And I'm
Yes.
just like, you guys don't want to go home? Like
In my
I
head, I'm
want to
like,
go
I
home.
want to go home. I feel that.
Yeah, right. I mean, I still enjoy the time with my friends and everything like that. But I was just like, aren't you worried about your parents being worried or like your parents yelling at you or something like that? Because
Yeah,
I am.
I always do that. Like my mom usually won't sleep until I get home. So I have to be home by
Oh,
like
okay.
9, 9:30, like 10. Well, obviously
Yeah.
later now, but like
Yeah.
before, I'd
Like
always be like,
before. Yeah, I just get
I
worried.
think I'm gonna go home now. Thanks. And then usually I'm the first one to leave. Like I hang out in a
Okay.
big
Yeah.
like group setting because I just don't want to worry
Yeah.
like my parents. Now I also just want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
True. Yes.
I think I really felt that in college when my
Mm.
parents were obviously not living with me. So then I'd
Yeah.
go out with my friends a lot and he's like, I kind of want to go home. I kind of want to see my
Mm-hmm.
parents. So
Oh,
then I would usually go home like at least once a month,
okay,
maybe like
that's
once or
good.
twice a month. And then when I started
Yeah.
working at my third and fourth years, I'd go home every weekend.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah.
I'd be able to like see them more. They'd bring me some food to bring back to school. And I'm like,
Oh,
yes,
that's
home
nice.
food.
Yes, that's nice.
Mhm.
I think for me, like I had my sister down here,
Oh
the one
yeah.
that I currently live with. So it was nice to like have a little bit of home because like my home is very far away and I
Yeah.
couldn't go back home all the time. But I didn't
Mhm.
mind it too much because I had my sister here. She was only like an hour
Mhm.
away. But yes, that's very nice. But there's like the freedom to like still be, on your own, but have the choice to like go back home if you want to, or like hang out with
Mhm.
friends if you want
Yeah,
to. It's very nice to have when you're an adult.
I
I think
agree.
that's what people like kind of what's it called? Like they fantasize about like, oh, being able to buy whatever you want, being able to hang out with whoever you want, whenever you want, for how long you want, like is what people look forward to when they become an adult.
Yeah, but that is such a fantasy. You don't know the harsh realities of it
Yes. It's
until
such
you
a
get there.
small like thing about being an adult that's good.
I know. You don't see it until
But
you
it's
get
still
there.
nice.
Hmm.
Is there anything else? Um,
I
I think
think
that's it. That's like the only two things that
yeah.
we have there. So for the next question,
Mhm.
do we have any stories or memories of trying to be an adult?
Trying.
Or I guess being an adult.
Mhm.
The one that I wrote down here is when I like had to figure out how to get my tires changed. Oh my God, Annika was with me also, and I felt really bad.
No,
we were
it's
going to
okay. It happens.
we were going to Riverside to go to like this annual concert that our past club was holding or what held every year. And then before that though, I was like, oh, I have to get my car serviced. And like Annika was like, okay. And then so we went to go get my car serviced. And then like it was like maybe like an hour or like 30 minutes to an hour. And then afterwards, like the technician was telling me that like apparently my tire was only on like 8 psi. In comparison, my other tires were 32.
Normal should be
So I have no
34 to
idea how we made it
35.
there.
I have
Yeah, I
no
have no
idea
idea
either.
because like I didn't hear any like pop or like anything like that. Like we were just driving and it was
Mhm.
fine. Like I thought it was fine. I didn't feel any difference in the car, but apparently my tires were just like not having it, or my tire at least. I was like, what? And then like I was like, how did I even make it there? And then my technician's like, yeah, I have no idea, but like we pumped it to like as big as we could get it because we don't have the tire in stock right now because
Mhm.
my car is a hybrid. So like I guess they require like special tires or something like
I
that because
do
of
not
course it does.
understand that. It's so
I don't
complicated.
understand it either. So I was like, oh God, okay. And then so she was like, it should be enough to like at least find a place to get a tire.
Yeah.
But like definitely not enough for you to like long term, right? And I was like, oh God. So I was like, I guess I have to go get this tire now. Like at least we were there like early enough where there was time in between like the service and the concert.
Yeah.
And so like I was like calling my mom. I was like figuring out, I was like, oh, where's the best place to like get a tire change? And then we landed on like Costco because it was like close enough.
Yeah.
And so we went to Costco. And then the thing about like cars is if like one something happens to one tire and you have to change it, you have to also change the other tire
Oh
on
my
the other
God.
side.
I'm so
Like you
triggered right
think,
now.
yeah, it's like you can't get one different tire. You have to
Yep.
get like a set. So it's like, oh, I didn't know this. And then like my mom was like, yeah, I had to get like two tires. And I was like, oh God. And then so like I was trying to figure this out. And then like because like this tire that was like special
Mhm.
because my car's a hybrid, like Costco like required me to get like a new tire on the other side too. And I was like, great. And then so uh, and so we're like figuring like the whole day out how to like change this tire. And I was just like, I
Mhm.
don't just want to go into this concert. Like
I just want to have a good
I
time.
know. And I was like, I felt so bad for like having Annika there with me. I was like, kept saying like, I'm sorry, Annika. Like, this is taking so long and like it's so complicated.
It's all
But
right.
luckily, like she was my like support. Like I feel like if I was alone, I'd like cry.
Oh my God. I'd totally be crying if that was me. And I was
Yes. And
alone.
also
Oh my
because
God.
yeah, because it's like hard too, because like my parents aren't like near me too. They're like 6 hours away, right? So like my
Mhm.
mom was like trying her best to help me out too.
Mhm.
And thankfully she like helped me pay for like a tire.
Oh, it's
Um,
nice.
but yeah, I was just like, oh my God, like for that year, I think I was having like a lot of car problems and I just I
Oh,
was not having it.
I feel like that's such an adult
um,
thing, like car problems.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh. Triggered. But luckily, like my car has been okay so far.
Oh,
Now I have a
yay.
spare tire in my car
I
because
am so
like
happy for you.
thank you. Because also my car didn't come with a spare tire, which is also like a problem. Like when we were
Huh?
trying to change the tires, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um, mhm. But now it's just chilling in my trunk. So if something happens to like my tire, I have a spare.
Yep.
Cars,
Um,
learning about that.
I don't think I have any like memories of trying to be an adult. I think maybe working, like going
Yes.
into the workforce is really important
Hmm.
because you have to have interview skills, you have to type up a
Yes.
resume, you have to have interpersonal skills, and you're
True.
literally still like a student. So like you weren't really sure if you have that. But I
Yeah.
think through like jobs, you learn a lot more about how to communicate with people professionally,
Oh, you really do.
politely.
Hmm.
And I think having a job is really important, especially like as a student jobs. It helps you really develop
Yeah.
those skills earlier on versus when you
Hmm.
jump into the working field like after you graduate and you have no idea what's going on.
True. Hmm.
Yeah,
Or like
that's
what
the
to
only thing I
expect
could think
too.
of.
Yeah. And I agree with that too. So if you're willing to get a job, you should try it.
Yeah, don't be scared. People,
Yeah.
especially if you're a student, they understand that you're
Hmm.
new and you need training, and they're probably going to provide that for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yes. If it's a good job, they will.
I sure hope so.
What's
Yeah.
one thing you wish you would have known beforehand or change if you could? And then are you happy with where you're at right now?
Mm, I'm happy with where I
Hmm.
am. I'm moving forward in my
Yeah.
life in a place where I
Yes.
really think I'm growing. Things I wish I knew beforehand. Confidence. I felt like I couldn't do anything in like high school, middle
Hmm.
school, college. Like I felt like I didn't know what I was going to be good for in the
Hmm.
future as like a job, and I didn't think I was creative enough. And I don't know.
Oh,
There's a lot of things that I thought I was lacking in, but now that
yeah.
I worked for a couple years, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so creative! Like you're such a good teacher."
Oh,
And I'm like, "Oh my God, what?
yeah.
Like you're so organized." I'm like,
Oh,
"I am,"
yeah.
So like believing in yourself, and
Hmm.
then I think that will really translate to a more confident, successful adult in the future. So like
Yes.
really learn your assets, figure out what they
Hmm.
are, and then try to figure out how you can apply that with like your peers, stuff like
Yes.
that. And I think you'll make a really big difference in your life and it'll pay off in the
Yeah.
future.
I agree. I think one thing for me is just like learning how to, I guess it goes in hand with like the confidence, like,
Mm.
but just like learning how to not compare your success to others
Yes, very
people's
important.
successes. Yeah, because it's like everyone moves at their own pace, right, in life. But like it's hard, especially when you see like let's like your close friend or like your sibling, whatever, like moving a lot faster than you, and you're like, oh, should I be going that pace? Or like, how come I'm not there yet? And
Hmm.
having those kind of thoughts, like comparison thoughts, definitely like growing up, being like a younger sibling, like I mentioned it before, like seeing my sisters like succeed, I always thought like that equated to like what how my success is supposed to be too.
Yes.
And then it just like made me feel more stress and like more pressure like to do well. But then like that translated into like me not really doing well, like not really feeling like I was doing well. And then so like now that I'm an adult and like have experienced like my own things and like figured out like what I want to do, it feels a lot better knowing that like it's okay to go at your own pace and like figure out really what you want for your own life. Because in the end, it's like what you make of it, and like you're the only one that can like make changes
Mhm.
and like do things for yourself, right?
Yeah. My professor was like, you have a whole life ahead of you. You're literally
Mm.
23 and you're out here getting a master's degree. What are you going to do after that for the next like 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
And I thought to
Mm-hmm.
myself, damn, you right. Like, what am I going to do for the next 30, 40 years? Like,
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Like,
anything could happen, anything could change. But then I
exactly.
heard you thinking about like you as a younger sister and seeing like your older sisters like succeed and stuff. I bet my sister was like that too.
Mm.
And I don't think I was well on my way to something immediately like after college.
Yeah.
It was kind
Mm-hmm.
of still unstable, but I think just her seeing me like get a job after college and knowing what I want to do, like into preschool or education. And then she was still
Yes.
in her fourth year, like, what the heck am I doing? She
Mm-hmm.
texted me a lot saying, like, hey, what do you think is like I'm good at, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah. And at least like being the younger and or older person in someone's life. Hopefully they can be like a guide to you, or like a mentor in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Because I know like my sisters have helped me out, definitely, like trying to figure out like what I want to do, and just
Mhm.
like things like that, and like even just being comfortable with where you are right now. Because also like I get to hear like their struggles too. Like my second oldest sister recently just got a job like in a hospital, and that's like
Ooh.
what she has been studying to get to.
Mhm.
But like for a lot, or for a little bit, she didn't have a job, and she didn't really know like if she was gonna get there, you know. And it's like seeing that, you know, as an adult, it's like, oh, I guess like um you know, we're all at our own pace, and like they're also
Mhm.
feeling like a similar feeling to like what I was feeling, you know. It's like,
It's
I don't
okay to not
know.
know what you're doing for a little bit.
Hmm.
It really
Yes.
is.
Yeah, it really is. Oh my god.
Yeah. People
um
like throw that stigma in there. Like, you have to know what you're doing. Like, if you don't know,
mhm.
you're not successful. Even my mom's like, if you don't know what you want to do, you could figure it out,
Yeah.
explore different things and go from there. Like my sister, I don't even think she fully knows what she wants to do. So
Yeah.
she got a job in like managing like business properties, like in a company.
Okay.
And she's
Got
like,
it.
okay, I could do this, but not in the long
Yeah.
run. But it's something she could do for
Hmm.
now, and then she can
Yeah.
switch when she feels like she wants to. You know?
Yes. It's like the same thing like with when you get signed up for like classes or like after school programs, sports, like you're trying to figure out
Hmm.
what you like.
Yeah.
But this is like now in the adult world that you can
Yeah.
apply for different types of jobs, like do different things, try to figure out like what you want to do. Don't be scared, or don't be too scared. If
Yeah.
you want to do something, try it.
Yeah. Like your college
um,
major doesn't define your job.
oh,
I know people that
definitely
got
not.
teaching credentials and then did some job in like business
Hmm.
or like weird stuff like that. So
Yes. I got a degree in psychology, minor in
mhm.
education. I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah, I got a degree in music and culture. I'm not doing that, but I got a minor in
Yep.
education. I decided to do that.
And she's doing that.
Yeah.
um, but I think like even though you get like a degree or something in something separate from what you want to do,
Mhm.
like you can still apply those skills
Of
to
course.
whatever you're learning or whatever
It's
you
like a
want to
unique
do.
perspective on something. And then people are going to
Yes.
be like, oh, hey, that's a good idea. And then they'll promote you
Yeah.
because you're so good, you know?
Yes. Yes. We love that. Yes.
Yes.
And then oh, I guess like I don't know if we
Us.
ever kind of did
Mhm.
this advice we would give to our younger self about growing up.
I think we did that like similar to college. Like, oh, what would you do
Yeah,
differently?
right.
So we did something like that
Yeah, I guess
in
these
our
questions
previous
kind of like all
episode.
kind of grouped together, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess like the same thing, like try not to compare yourself to others, like I think is very important. Um,
Believing in your own
listen.
abilities.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Like actually think about them. Like people don't sit down and actually think, hey, what am I good at? And what can I bring
Yeah.
to my team, my community, my friends?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Really important.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah. Do that.
Hmm.
Yes. I think just like, you know, knowing that going at your own pace is okay
Take
is
care of
something,
yourself.
taking care of yourself. But yeah, I think like growing up is hard, definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Especially when you have like other people around you. Um, I think it's also like if, when you're an only child, I don't know how that is.
I don't know
So I
how
don't know
that is
how that
either.
like is different from like growing up with siblings. Um, but I think that like, you know, just growing up, everyone's learning things, doing their own things at their own pace. Yeah, it's definitely hard growing up, and we're still growing up right now. Like we're not even like
I feel
hopefully
like I'm
not
not
halfway
fully
through our life
grown.
yet. I know. We're still learning too.
Yeah.
So hopefully like you can learn with us.
Yes.
Hooray,
We'll share
adulting.
our experiences as we do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hooray.
And I guess one last question. Well, we still have a good thing after this, but where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
It's funny because I feel like this question always comes up um like in
In a job
schooling or like
interview, too.
jobs and like things like that. Yeah. Hopefully 5 to 10 years from now, I'll have like a stable job,
Mhm.
stable design
Same.
job, 'cause that's what I want to do. Yeah. Um,
I felt
so
that.
stable design job, hopefully like a partner.
Yeah,
That'd be nice, like a life
like a
partner.
family.
Yeah, maybe. um, but yeah, hopefully just like I think like that's been my goal for like the past many years, like just to have like stability in my life, right? I
Yes,
think
I
that's always been the
agree.
goal, always will be the goal for myself, because I feel like just being stable just feels comfortable, right?
People crave like comfort and stability,
Yeah.
you know?
So I think that would be my goal in 5 to 10 years, just to feel more
Mhm.
stable. I definitely think that like even though this was the same goal that I had like 5 years ago too, like I definitely think that it has grown. I have felt more stable in my life, though not like this like super duper stable, like, oh, I can like quit my job and like be okay without having another job.
Yeah.
um, but like at least like getting more comfortable like with where I am.
Yeah, I like that. Me too.
Yes.
Right now I'm in school, trying to graduate. I'm like wondering if I could find a job. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's
Same.
really concerning for me.
Yes.
But yeah, just to find stability, have a family,
Yeah.
live a good life, travel when we
Yes.
can,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Oh,
I
yes.
feel like
Me
we have
too.
so much out there we have yet to explore. There's just so much.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to
Yeah.
experience at least a fraction of that, you know?
For sure, yeah. I know
Mm.
there's that like that one saying, it's like it's not about the destination, about it's about the journey or whatever. Like we're about to get deep
Yes.
out in here. Like
Hey, let's
um,
go.
but just like enjoying that time, like that progression, like
Mhm.
experiencing different things, trying new things, or just
Yep.
staying where you are right now. That's also okay too.
Yes, 100% okay.
Yay. 5 to 10 years. That seems like so short.
I know, but then
Like
you
10
think
years
about
doesn't really seem that long. Like it's already been 10 years since high school. Isn't that crazy?
since high school?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. Since we started high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Like, isn't
Don't
that crazy? Ew.
I remember because I graduated from promoted from middle school to high school in 2011.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's been
Yeah.
10 years.
That's crazy.
That's
So like yeah, like 10
nuts.
years like ago, I didn't think I was gonna be in this position, right? So
Oh my God, we've been 6 years since we started college.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I can't do
What a
this.
we're realization,
I
right?
know.
And then like 10 years from now, we're gonna be like, oh my God, like 10 years ago, we started a podcast.
I
Like
we're like old grannies still like doing the
10
podcast, like, hey God,
years from now, we're gonna be 30. It's you
well,
calm down.
don't do that. Don't remind me how scary
I know. Oh, growing up is scary. It's still scary.
it is.
Yeah.
I want to
But
live a
hopefully we'll
life
be in a better situation. Like hopefully COVID will be over.
soon. Speaking of COVID, we have one good thing, but it's not a good thing for me this week. But no, I don't have
Oh,
COVID. Just want to
oh, that's
clarify
good.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But I started my first week of school and it was crazy wild. And
Mhm.
people are having mental breakdowns. We're eating
Oh,
lunch in
I
15
heard.
minutes. We are
Oh,
yeah, we had a 15
only
minute lunch break
15?
and our professors
Dang.
did not care. I was like, "Oh my God, why?
Oh,
We're
does the teacher just
starving."
also want a 15-minute lunch break? Like, what
I
is
think
this?
they just arranged our classes to have a 15-minute break in between.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
and we didn't have any lunch. I ate half of mine and I was hungry.
Oh, oh.
I know. And then we have a lot of fieldwork and student teaching like issues.
Hmm.
And one of my classmates tested positive for COVID.
Oh
She told us
no.
this morning, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my
So
God.
I
What a
drove to
wild
get a
week.
rapid test today
Oh,
and they came
dang.
back negative.
Okay,
So
that's good.
it's good. But I'm gonna get officially tested at like a testing site tomorrow
Okay,
just to make
yeah.
sure.
Just yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, it's so
Like, what is
scary.
happening?
I know,
Oh
it's
man.
wild. In the first week of school, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Like, of course this would happen, huh?
I know. So
Oh
that was
no.
my not good thing, but good
Yeah.
thing
But a
is
thing.
I don't have
Yes.
COVID. So
Yeah. We love that for you.
yeah.
Yes. Um, my one good thing is actually today I just came back from coming home, or like going
Yes,
home
how was
to NorCal.
that?
It
I'm
was
gonna
good. It
pass.
was nice. We were only really there for like a day because we left SoCal Friday evening, and then
Oh,
we got there at like midnight or so, and then we
okay.
just spent all of Saturday like with
Mhm.
family, and then this morning we left
Mhm.
um to come back because we all had work or like
Yeah.
things to do, but it was still really nice. Like it's always nice going
Oh.
home and like being able to see like my family after not really seeing them for a long time, and then just like hanging out with my family too is also very
Yeah.
nice. It's just hard because like like I can't like in that time I want to hang out with my family. I don't really get to see like my old friends, but also a
Yeah.
lot of them aren't really there, so I don't really
Oh,
mind.
okay.
And I was also only there for like a day, so it's like what it really was I gonna do.
Mhm. Yeah, true.
But yeah, it was really nice. So that was my one good thing. The only like bad thing is like the drive is really long. I'm sure I talked about this like on
Did
our
you see the
traveling
pea soup
podcast.
sign?
I did see the pea soup sign. I saw the fruit stands.
Woo, garlic.
Yes, yes. But yeah, the drive is really long. I helped my sister drive for the second half of coming back home. But yes, very, always nice to see like my parents too.
Mhm.
And like hanging out with them. Like I went grocery shopping with my mom on Saturday and she was like, "Oh, what do you want? Like
That's
pick out what
so
you want."
sweet.
And I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, yay, okay." And then I like
I'm
went to
sure
go
your
pick
mom
out
was
like
so
snacks and
happy that
stuff.
you guys are back.
Yeah, yes. She always likes us being back.
Mm.
And I know like I think we're gonna go back in October because it's my parents' birthdays in
Ooh.
October. So so far it's been like every other month that we've gone back home, which
Okay,
is really
that's
nice.
good. Yeah.
It's just like we've always just driven. So it's always like to drive to NorCal or like to SoCal. It's like you have to really like just take the whole day, right? Like you
Yeah.
like plan the whole day to drive
Mm-hmm.
basically back to the destination. So that's like the only thing that sucks. But
Mm-hmm.
once you're there, it's fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to drive to Fresno in
Oh,
like 2 weeks to meet up with
okay.
my boyfriend because we're gonna drive just because like the whole Delta thing is like a lot.
Going around, yes.
Yeah.
Making
Luckily
its
I'm negative.
rounds.
But yeah, we're
That's
gonna
good, yeah.
drive so it's a little safer.
Mm.
So hopefully I'll see the pea soup sign.
Yes. Pea soup, fruit stands, things like that.
Mm.
All that good stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess that's it for adulting.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learned something from our experiences or
Yes. Take our life advice. Like we're talking
yes.
like we're 50 and we have so much to give, you know?
Oh yeah. But hopefully like you like listen to our experiences and like think
Mhm.
about your own life too and like where you want to be
Yeah,
um and like how you're gonna get there, I guess.
exactly.
Um but don't feel rushed to do so either.
Yes.
Go at your own pace.
Love that for you.
But I guess for now, this has been Vanessa,
And this has been Annika.
and we'll see you next
See you next
time.
time. Bye.